Okay, so I'm going to run one last round with this Infect deck for the night. I should probably have stopped my opponent's main phase. So, that's not a keeper. Yeah, I don't. The no land probe hands are not keepable in this deck, unlike with Suicide Zoo, because you actually do need your mana. Oh, that's a hand? Sure. No, thank you. No. Playing against fairies? Jeez. I did ship to bottom, right? Okay. Well, I would like to attack. There's nothing better I'm doing. If this gets eaten by a removal spell, I mean, I guess I could have played it a turn later, but I think that if I'm actually playing against fairies, the odds of, yep, this happening are much higher. Yeah, that hand's hard to beat. Not going to deny, I've definitely been on the other side of that for the rest, most of my life. Yeah, I'm very dead. Yeah. Guess if I draw Rancor, I'm not dead. Well, I will do the most damage possible in the time I have. I will keep my creature alive. Unfortunately, this implies that my opponent has a Cryptic Command in their hand, or a Mistbind Click, or some 4-drop that they're actually building towards. And damn, that looks hot. Really like the Watery Graves. The art on this one is probably the best one. Not fetching any time because it would leave up vines, or would turn off vines for the time that the fetch triggers on the stack. Great, I can't do. Oh gosh, this is why you play fairies, for the record. This kind of nonsense. Your opponent's just like, oh, I can't do anything, and then I can't do anything again, and then I'm dead. Yeah, that's basically what the entire fairies playing experience was in Standard. This over and over and over. I can't even be mad because I've done this to too many people. I do not think this is a good matchup. I don't want to play anymore. This is more frustrating to. This kind of fairies is actually more infuriating to lose to than Lantern. Lantern, at least you feel like they like. With fairies, there's this feeling on every one of your main phases that like you're kind of in it, and then after your stuff, like after the turn resolves, you're like, oh wait, I was actually just super far behind the entire time, and there was nothing I could do about it. Yeah, when they say Vendilion Clique, keep it, you are absolutely dead. Okay, so now that they've played the Tar Pit, I don't think there's a reason to hold back on fetching. I mean, obviously I saved one of them so that I have landfall on the groundswell. If they block, I concede the game. Okay, I've been defeated. I draw my Rancor or Blessing that turn. I can. Well, I would Blessing. I would attack Blessing after attack so I can't get Cryptic tapped. I can still get Cryptic countered and I die anyways, but whatever. And I would deal. I deal Xaxes actually. I'd be able to get +4 off of Groundswell and +4 off Vines after the protection and deal 9, and my opponent would die to their Bitter Blossom on upkeep. So I don't really like Image. Dispel's fine. Don't like Necropede. I like Rancor in this matchup. I'm not a big fan. Dismember's not great. Twisted Image is fine. I like all the other cards. These are like the 2 cards I'll board in. Yeah. Spellskite's okay. I like Pierce here because it answers Bitter Blossom when I'm on the draw. No Relic. They have. I'm not concerned about Snapcaster in this context. I think this is right. They probably don't have a lot of Spellskites if they have them. Seeing if anyone I recognize is 04. Toful's a recognizable name at 03. What about 40? I don't know why. I probably played against Toful a lot in tournaments randomly. Jund opponent we lost to was 3-0. Osman Osguni. Jarvis Yu. Probably Tom Martell. Elantris at 3-1. I would like to play first. Yes. This hand is good. I can win this game. Maybe. So you're saying there's a chance. Talking about land art, this art's actually really nice. That was pretty obvious. So I need to find another infect creature or a protection spell. So I found another infect creature. Don't really want either of those cards. And I will take my 1 damage that I was offered. Blue? What costs of blue? Oh, black. Another discard spell? Okay. That's fine by me. It's actually kind of a cool spot because my opponent might actually be forced to take the well, they can't forced to not take the Blighted Agent. The reason being that if they take it, I actually have Graveyard to just kill them with the Nexus, which I think I would go for because I can't imagine it gets better from here for me. And if they have their Disfigure or whatever, I just die. Or Dismember specifically. I actually beat Disfigure. I actually beat Dismember too, so they have to take a pump spell. Right, because, yeah. 7 outs. That was not one of them. But it does make life interesting. I think... Oh my gosh, I played the wrong land is what I think. So we fired that off because I'd much rather my opponent be at basically dead there than any other spot. So let's do this to this. If I play the right land, my opponent is pretty much absolutely dead. Don't be Sprite. I hate that magic card right now. Well, they actually were... My misplay may have actually benefited me. It's hard to say. Yeah, that's kind of an expected click. So I can't attack. Is there an argument for even playing this land? I guess it's Liliana versus Tech Edge. Opponent doesn't have a Tech Edge, I think. I think getting the land into play. It's close. Okay, well that's a good sign for me. continuing to be a good sign. My creature still lives. I preserve a little mystery. Probably die anyways because Bitter Blossom is so good. It's possible that I should probably even have Nature's Claim in my deck strictly for the card. Another click. Boo. Probably keeping the cards too. I can't even attack. I'm intrigued why the Might of Volcroza got taken. That card should not have left my hand. That also should definitely not be happening. That turn, I feel like, was oddly played for my opponent. So the thing with the Might is that if I get to keep the Might, if I play it before attacking in my main phase, I'm then in a spot where my opponent... If I play it in my main phase, my opponent can just block with the token. And if I play it after attacking, they double block, and I only have 4 toughness, so my creature dies. So I'm actually supposed to... They should have just kept or left that in hand. That's fine. My lands can be tapped. That's a reasonably good draw. Spellskite does not do it. Inkmoth Nexus... does, however, do something, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't have that card in my hand. Hooray! I did the thing and drew a card. So here I just take. I don't want to use fetches unless I have to because the life lines up such that I get another hit in, or another life. This forces the chump block. And now we're on Rancor or Blessing or Bust. Yeah, this card's very good against Infect. As is Lingering Souls. In general, just flying blockers is really problematic. Which is why I was so shocked when everyone was saying Infect was good versus Abzan at the last Pro Tour. And I was just kind of... My testing experience was just that Lingering Souls just got cast and he died. That's enough to kill me, though. Okay. Cannot beat that. Yeah, bad matchup. Very bad matchup. Very, very, very bad matchup, I think. A combination of flyers and discard. You can beat discard plus removal in Jund. You can't beat like infinite removal plus discard sometimes. You can beat. There's just like this sweet spot of just not enough removal and no flyers that you are really good against. And fairies is not in that sweet spot.